Going live. Going live. Going live.
Is it working?
It's
working.
It's working.
Yay.
Sorry for last week when there was no video.
But now today you get to see how I'm wearing the Frozen North. Guys, I fell for Urban Decay's like, look, we named a thing after Game of Thrones. Buy it now.
To be fair, I will fall for it as soon as I get the date right.
So today, I know. They sold out at like by 8 a.m.
I know, but my problem is I read the Ulta launch date, thought that was the Urban Decay launch date, and then I was confused.
That's okay. You'll have it in time for finale.
Yes.
I'm wearing the Frozen North.
I'm not.
I don't know that it works on me, but I don't care.
Well, I'm not getting the full eyeshadow.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm just getting 2 of the liners.
It
and
came
then
with
some
its own
lipstick.
Iron Throne. So
I saw that. I know. I just don't wear eyeshadow.
That's true. I do wear eyeshadow a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not an eyeshadow person.
It's my version. I think here's what I've learned. I have artistic talent, but since I was old enough to do anything, I channeled it into painting my face.
Yeah.
Because I was wearing pretend and like kid makeup. Like my mom's not, crazy. I have decent parents, I swear. I was always painting my face a lot of colors and doing a lot of things.
To be fair, I just scribbled on the walls.
That works too.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had a recovered memory of playing with my dollies, and I would, how pillow shams sometimes have the thing where it's like they tuck in the back?
Yeah.
Where I would steal all the pillows and I would tuck them in like little sleeping bags and then carry them by the pillow sham. And I was like, oh, I remember this.
There's an infamous story of when we moved into a brand new house and it took me less than 12 hours to take a marker and do a continuous line around my entire room into the walk-in closet now.
Beautiful. I bet your mom wishes she still had that.
Nope. Nope.
Well, I feel like, and then she had 2 artists in her house too, which that must have been fun for her.
Well, interestingly,
I'm going to decide that you fed.
I will say, interestingly enough, Brother Matt had a different type of. He was not sort of the illustrator in the drawer that I was.
That's true.
And I'm not an illustrator drawer in any way now these days. Almost.
Cards would beg to differ.
Not in comparison to other people who are like professional designers.
We all do things at our own level.
But yeah, his was a very different level, different type of creativity. We came at doing the same job from 2 drastically different directions.
I feel like we all learned that because I feel like I do things way differently than you two even. Yeah. Technically, we all do the same job.
This is very true.
Cheers to design.
Woo! Alrighty. Yeah, I forget sometimes that you guys watched the live video of this until we had people going, where was the video last week?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Last week just crapped out on us.
Yeah, there was no internet.
And we couldn't fix it.
Yeah. there was no internet.
Literally we just couldn't fix it.
So we had to get recording, so we just didn't have that.
But we're here now.
Woohoo!
Yay! Live and in color and in HD. I don't know.
And we didn't play D&D last night, so there's no D&D updates. Instead, we killed zombies.
However, we did kill zombies.
So there's a Walking Dead board game. I know there's a couple. This one's based off the comics, and it's very not the most well-designed game. It looks gorgeous.
It looks great, and it's still fun to play.
It's so much fun to play, but it's a little wonky in terms of rules.
It's a little bit like maybe it wasn't play tested a lot because there's a lot of loopholes.
So many loopholes.
It's like loophole, I'm fine now. Loophole, I'm fine now.
Loophole, I'm dead.
There's a lot of like, there's no sign says I can't, so I'm
gonna.
But it was fun. At some point. There may have been some cheating, not from either of us.
And proceeded to the rest of the game. The person who may or may not have cheated, just continued to say how fair this game was.
Yeah, it's very fair. Always fair.
Let's just say, not that Will Wheaton has ever done any cheating his entire life, but let's just say the entire gameplay was very Wheaton.
Yeah. He definitely
because even having multiple dice to roll had some really shitty rolls.
I've learned that when I play non-co-op games, I go full Chaos Muppet. Like, I'm not in it to win.
Yeah.
I'm just in it to fuck shit up.
It's fun.
Yeah. So that's what I've learned. That's my outlet.
I will just say that playing a chaotic neutral D&D character has influenced a bit of chaotic neutral in my life.
Yay, Dixie.
For good or ill.
I hurt my hand.
She hurt her hands.
I did the thing. It's an exercise in restraint for me. In not trying to do 7 billion things.
Only doing 6 billion.
It's like my penalty of surgery if I lift more than 5 hands in the five hands. If I lift more than 5 pounds with this hand and I strain the thing that I hurt, it will require surgery. That was what the doctor decided to tell me. Are we picking it up?
No. I'm trying to text this person that I'm recording.
Mystery caller.
Mystery caller, trying to say that I'm recording.
This is all the behind the scenes work. So reminder to all of us, practice restraint and self-care, or else you end up with threats of surgery by handsome doctors who are like, well, you're tough. And I'm like, yes, I am.
Yes.
Shove the needle in my wrist.
Yes. Help do it me. Now.
Yeah.
Shove it harder. Sorry. We're gonna start recording now with that.
Ready?
What episode?
169.
Speaking of. Welcome to episode 169 of There's No Place Like Terra, a Stargate First Watch Rewatch podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace. And today we're going over SG1, Season 8, Episode 9, Sacrifices, aka One Weddings and a Gold Attack, or A Midsummer Night's Teal'c. Those are mine.
Mine is the one that I know they used on set as the early production title. Okay. My Big Fat Jaffa Wedding.
That's a good one too. I was trying to find something that was like, what's a rom-com that involves weddings? So those are the two. I think all three work really well.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. We can just summarize this Jaffa rom-com.
Yeah, the Jaffa rom-com.
Apparently, well, I'll get to that in a second because that would give away the surprise. Did you notice who wrote this?
No.
Okay, then just don't look for a second.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Is there anything else before we get into this, or can I just yell the date out really loud?
We didn't play any D&D this last week. We played zombie killing games. Grace hurt her wrist.
Yep.
Be kind to yourselves. Watch Beyonce's Homecoming.
Oh my God, watch Beyonce's Homecoming.
And then watch it again.
And then rewatch it.
And then listen to it.
And then just take that into your soul and let it dwell there.
And weep.
It's so good.
I think I literally did that.
It's so good. Also, I was tired watching it by the end.
That woman.
I don't know what otherworldly beast she is.
She's Beyonce.
Like, holy crap.
Beyonce.
I was tired watching it.
Just watch it.
My favorite, if you, so I actually had to look it up because if you watch it, the costumes change.
Yeah.
In the middle to highlight the different songs, and I didn't know how they did that because I knew it was live, and I did not know that they had completely different costumes between the 2 weekends.
Yes, there was 2 weekends, and she headlined both.
Well, I knew that. What I'm saying is I didn't know, like, the main color for one was yellow, the main color for the other one was pink, and the costumes were very similar, but they had changes in them, and that part I did not know.
So in the movie, it almost looks like an effect.
It does, and I didn't know that, and it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. September 10th, 2004. Written by Mr. Christopher Judge.
I did not catch that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It was written by Chris Judge.
And it was a Chris Judge weekend in our household because God of War is happening on the other TV all the
time. He's so awesome.
So I'm going to start calling it Treyu Ryak, just to confuse.
To be fair, once you said that he brings his son around in the game, I just kind of assumed his name was Ryak.
All right.
So he apparently actually wrote this to be much more rom-com. Wrote this originally thinking it was going to be much more of a funny episode. And then he was writing and it's like, oh, there's like serious shit in here now too.
There's some gold in here. Yeah, it's like the world of SG1 was like, remember when there's gold? He's like, oh, fuck. All right.
Oh, damn. We'll deal with Moloch. And it was directed by Andy Makita.
Yay.
So the two big guest star names are Jolene Balak and Tony Almond. I'm going to take a drink.
Take 7 drinks.
Ishtar and Braytek are back.
Yay!
Also, if you heard that on the microphone, my dog just finished a treat and then belched very loudly.
Yeah, we promised it was neither of it. There she is, in case you were wondering. I'm leaving all that in.
And Neil Dennis is back as Ryak.
Yay.
And Corinne is played by Mercedes de la Zerda,
Okay.
who you actually see most recently in a film called Alpha that looks
Is that
interesting.
the dog one?
Yeah. With
Okay.
the ice set in the ice age.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in that.
I want to watch it, but if the dog dies, I can't watch it.
I am interested in seeing it, not in the theaters, but I'm interested in seeing it because it looks interesting enough for an evening film. I'm intrigued enough.
That's fair. Yeah.
So we start with Daniel and Jack walking and talking.
It's what I'm now calling Daniel's position.
Yeah, it's mostly just Daniel talking.
Yeah, because it's exposition via Daniel.
Explaining how Braytek is busy recruiting people for the 5th column, which is when they get the numbers, they're going to rise up. Which I remember very clearly in a previous episode talking about the history of the 5th column, and it's how it's from the Spanish Civil War. Yeah, it's a group of people that attack from within. I really remember that being a history point at some point. It goes on.
The history of the history of.
Yeah. It's historyception. He goes on to talk about the current Jaffa internal politics that Ishtar doesn't want to wait. She just wants to go for Malak right now. Right. Rising up her own rebellion within Malak's ranks. And Teal'c and Braytek are like, please see the bigger picture.
Sometimes you gotta wait and gather the troops in Marine before you can go across to Westeros.
It's like, please don't attack now.
Sorry, I'm gonna be that person.
Dude, it's the final season of Game of Thrones. Everything could be a Game of Thrones reference. And I love that, like, at some point, Jack just continues down the hallway.
He's like, I'm
and misses a turn and comes back.
Yeah.
And Daniel doesn't notice. Jack just asked how it's going.
Yeah. It's one of those where it's like, oh, I really wish I hadn't asked.
Yeah. Braytek and Teal'c have arrived when they get to the gate room.
Mm-hmm.
Teal'c is pissed. He has been betrayed by those he trusted most.
Yeah.
And Braytek explains that there was a complication.
Mm-hmm.
Not with Ishtar, not with Braytek. Like, it's Ryak. He's in love.
Aww.
And he plans on getting married. And even Braytek, like, as he walked out of the room.
Gross women.
Credits.
Dun, 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 dun. The one where Ryak's in love.
The one where Ryak, yeah. So we come back. This might be one of the funnier scenes in Stargate.
Oh, and it's in like my top 10.
It's a forgotten, hilarious scene.
Yeah. This is it's a lot of great physical comedy.
It's just Jack and Teal'c discussing the wedding over ping pong.
Uh-huh.
And Teal'c just pelting Jack with every shot.
Yeah. Angry Teal'c.
It's amazing.
Don't play sports with Angry Teal'c.
No. And even things as innocuous as ping pong. First of all, seeing Teal'c play ping pong, funny enough on its own.
Yeah.
Seeing him just beat the shit out of Jack with
Big
the ping pong ball.
Man, tiny little ball, just like becomes like a little tiny weapon. Tiny weapon, hurt hard. Imagine the bruise that Jack's gonna have.
I kind of like. I would like to see some tank in D&D just choose a ping pong ball as their weapon.
Yeah, as a little range thing that they do. I chuck a ping pong ball.
So the wedding is to take place in 3 days, and we get the first indeed of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And Teal'c also like. He's also pissed that Ryak didn't check in with Teal'c before he proposed. Clearly, this girl has bewitched Ryak's mind.
Oh, of course. I do have to note how Jack cheats at the end there, similar to how someone may or may not have cheated last night. And again, he's like, this is fair. It counts.
Yeah.
It counts.
Yeah, as he's leaving.
That's all. I just want to rub a little salt in that one.
Ishtar thinks that the wedding should go forth to show defiance in the face of opposition to Malak.
I love that. It's about morale.
It is.
I love her reasoning.
Yeah. Ryak, according to Teal'c, is far too young to know of love or to know how it weakens a warrior's resolve, Teal'c says. And Jack is like, I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your kids. But sticking your fingers in your ears and just humming real loud solves a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And Teal'c wonders, how he could be a good father if he can't keep his son from making this crucial, vital error and mistake.
Yeah, yikes, dude. Teal'c, I didn't realize you were this close-minded.
He's super drama king.
Yeah, relax a little bit.
Off-world activation.
You don't have to pay for it. Relax. It's fine.
And Jack scores a missing point. So when we get to the gate room, it's Ishta. She apparently is one of the few people who gets their own IDC.
Yeah.
Very well trusted. And I love Jack.
Well, she's got to be able to get in for those booty calls.
The booty calls, the late night booty calls. I do also love how Jack snuck in and be like, no, I get to go in the gate room first, dude.
No, me. Yeah.
This is I'm in command here.
Remember, I'm the boss.
But she's not here with good news. Their home, Teal'c, has been compromised.
Yeah.
In the briefing room, Ishta explains that one of their contacts missed a meetup, which immediately causes Teal'c to say that they need to relocate. Everyone agrees it's too big of a risk if their main contact has been sort of influenced now.
It means shit's hit the fan.
Ishta goes, that's a great idea, but we know of no other uninhabited world to go to.
Right. It's we'd love to do that. We've probably already thought of that, but where?
So, where do you go to hide an entire city of Themyscira without no one noticing?
Yeah.
Thankfully, the SGC already knows of a handful of uninhabited worlds on file. Just need to be explored a bit more. Make sure they're good and tick off all the needed boxes. Have two stories. Have about 120 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And that's all great and good, Ishta says, but we can't stay where we are while that
She's
process
basically,
happens.
I've got my bag in my hand.
Yeah.
Can we stay here?
And everyone looks at Jack and he kind of looks around going, oh, I'm supposed to say a thing. I'll start the paperwork now.
Yikes.
And through the gate comes an entire village, horses and all.
Cool. We were already ready for this, and we were just waiting for you to say okay.
Where are they keeping the horses on base? Are there horse pens underground?
There are now. Where do you keep the horses? Not too close to the mess hall, I'm hoping. Just don't eat downwind of horses.
The smell has got to infiltrate the entire base.
Let's hope the ventilation's good. That's all you can really hope for.
Apparently, while filming this in the gate rooms, a couple horses dropped loads right in the middle of the gate room.
Cool. That's what I would do if I were a horse.
I'd poop wherever I can.
Next time I'm a horse, I'm going to poop everywhere.
Do it.
Next time I'm a horse, I'm going to ingest some sort of poison.
Clarification, in the D&D campaign where you were a druid, it can change in whatever shape that you want to.
No, in real life, I've just lost my mind.
Okay, that's fine.
That too. No, yes. Next time I am a druid in our campaign and I decide to be a horse, I'm just going to poop everywhere.
Do it. It works for Scanlan, and he's like a gnome. He's not even a horse.
I'm not even going to scry through my poop. I'm just going to poop.
Scanlan will just poop wherever.
I'll poop here.
So then comes Ryak and his Simca Corinne meeting Daniel and Sam. And of course,
that's what I'm going to start telling Jesse to call me.
Well, we don't know exactly what it means, but we do know that Corinne turns and is like, that's an old term. Just say we're betrothed.
Oh, okay. Then
so
maybe we don't.
It's
I'm like, can I call Jesse my Simca? Okay with it that way.
And the Daniel and Sam in this scene is amazing because Ryak starts going on about her beauty and she's like, stop, I am not an object to be worshipped.
Oh yes, it's amazing.
And Daniel and Sam just keep smiling.
Yeah, they're like, this is uncomfortable.
And then Ryak thanks them for agreeing to host their union ceremony, and it's such an honor to be married amongst friends. And Daniel tilts his head going, we're having your wedding here.
We're doing a thing. The two people who couldn't give less shits about weddings. I feel like Jazz at least interested because there's cake.
Yeah.
But Sam's like, oh, I don't want to think about this. Right? I don't want to think about anyone's weddings right now.
And they're like, the wedding's gonna be held here, and you can almost hear Daniel's voice getting higher pitched.
Yeah. This is fine.
And Corinne's like, well, yeah, we're getting married in 3 days, and we might not be on a new planet by then. So yeah, we're having the ceremony here.
Oh yeah, don't mess with the bride's wedding date. This train has left the station.
We've already sent out invitations.
This is happening.
And then Daniel just puts his arm around Sam, and Sam reaches up to grab it, and their grins somehow get bigger.
What the fuck do we do? It's that thing you do with your best friend where you're like, are you seeing the shit that I'm seeing right now?
They're like, don't laugh.
Okay, cool. We're both on the same page right now?
Don't laugh.
Cool. Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah. I like when sometimes I can look at the back of your head when we're at work and know that we are both like on the same page just by looking at the back of your head. Like, and
Corinne like pulls Ryak away, going, "Oh, we have to plan our wedding," and they're like, "Don't stop smiling until they're gone."
Are they gone now? Can I remove my face hurts?
Because Jack doesn't know about the wedding yet.
Yeah. And then, you know what? I bet they're like, gets to tell Jack about the
wedding.
Well,
that's why Sam's like, I'm going to go find them a planet because I'm busy. I can't tell them I'm working.
1, 2, 3, not it. Yeah.
Braytech pulls the short straw.
Yep.
And comes into Jack's office while he's doing some paper.
Is Daniel pulled the short straw? And Daniel's like, who can I pawn this off on? And then he's like, Braytech, hey, I'm giving you the honor of telling Jack, and he's like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm not stupid."
And then Braytech doesn't say anything as he walks in. Pretty sure that smell is horses. It's not the smell of my own fear.
Love the way they greet each other.
And then he calls him O'Neill of Minnesota.
He's very proper.
You're a wise and gracious leader. Jack's like, I see your bullshit. What the hell do you want, old man?
Well, I feel like Braytech doesn't even believe his own
Oh,
bullshit.
no. Braytech knows exactly what he's doing.
He's like, hey, I'm coming in here to bullshit you. Let's bullshit. Yeah.
Look, we can't find a planet in 3 days, and delaying the ceremony would grant victory to Moloch's tyranny, and we already have the cake coming. Jack's like, as long as I get cake, he'll fill the paperwork out. And I really, really hope they actually have Tailgate Tuesdays there.
I can see it happening. I feel like it's definitely hot dog involved.
Yeah.
There's definitely hot dogs involved.
Wear your favorite, jersey.
Yeah. Do you think he's implemented a Hawaiian shirt Friday yet?
No, I think he's stuck with the jerseys for now.
That works. Yeah.
He can't press his luck too much. He wants to do Hawaiian shirt Fridays. He hasn't been able to push. It took him a lot to get Tailgate Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Now he has to get a wedding. He's using whatever build up a momentum he had that he was going to try to push for Hawaiian shirt Fridays.
Done.
He has to spend it on this wedding.
Yeah, he's like, well, now I got to deal with this thing. There better be a lot of cake for me. I'm taking the top layer. I don't care about tradition.
So Ishta's unpacking, which seems to indicate she thinks she's going to be here a bit.
Yeah.
And we get...
Well, it's like, I feel like I recently saw a meme about this. It's like, I want to have my shit together as much as a person who unpacks their actual suitcase on a vacation.
Yeah.
And doesn't just live out of it. She's legit unpacking a suitcase. No. Even me, order Muppet that I am, I'm like, you do not put things in the drawers.
Yeah.
You will forget them.
Exactly.
You live out of suitcase.
So then we get down to the beef between Teal'c and Ishta.
Uh-huh.
It escalates quickly.
Uh-huh.
Teal'c refuses
They need to just fuck and they'll be fine.
They do. Teal'c refuses to bless the wedding between Corinne and Ryak, which Ishta takes as a personal offense.
Yeah.
And a sign that Ishta is not worthy to be in Teal'c's presence. I
feel like that's a little far, but there's definitely stuff going on there.
Yeah. And no, Teal'c clarifies, it's the fact that Ryak has pledged his life to lead the Jaffa in the battle against the Gould, nothing to do with you or your warriors.
Yeah, it's like 5 steps removed, and she's like, this is about me.
To be fair, it's not entirely Teal'c's beef either.
Yeah.
He's making it friendly sounds.
Yeah.
And it just says, so it's my warriors that you have a problem with, that warriors are stronger with another by side. My warriors have pledged to fight the Gould just as you have.
Right.
So maybe it's that. Maybe
when winter comes, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Maybe it's that Corinne isn't a worthy warrior, even though I taught her, so it must be me, because blah, 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 blah.
Ooh, yeah.
And again, Teal'c's like, clarification. It's the fact that someday Riot's going to have to choose between duty or family. I had to make it. It was shitty. I don't want to have my son go through that.
Clearly, you've never like seen The Way of the Vikings.
Yeah.
Like everybody fucking fights.
Exactly.
You're clearly not from Bear Island. Sorry.
No.
I mean, I can't stop with the Game of Thrones name.
But Lyanna Mormont's awesome.
She's like, I ain't fucking sitting back while someone fights for me, bitches.
Exactly. I am like 12 and I'll kick your ass from here to tomorrow. So Ishtar reminds him that, look, and this is a wake-up call for Teal'c, because I don't think Teal'c's ever thought about this. Ryak had no say in Teal'c's decision to leave, to join SG1, to turn his back on his family, which he didn't technically turn his back on his family.
Right.
Just as it is Teal'c no longer has a say in what Ryak does in his own life.
True.
Because, look, Ryak might be young, but you grew up real quick in this society.
You do.
He is a grown adult at this point. So they also disagree about overthrowing and killing Moloch right now. They're like yelling at each other at this point.
Yeah.
Straight up
Just do
screaming.
it. Just do it.
All Ishtar wants is to kill Moloch. Like, Teal'c's like, but another ghoul is just going to take Moloch's place. You can't just kill Moloch. It's like a Hydra. You're going to have extra heads in its place.
Yes. Yeah.
Ishtar is not going to stand by while the Jaffa rebellion sits there and mulls over and tries to plan the future. Meanwhile, her sisters are dying at the hand of Moloch.
Yeah.
And that is Teal'c's problem with Ishtar. Teal'c doesn't see Ishtar as a team player. Like the fact that she doesn't want to fight for this larger war, she's only concentrating on her little tiny corner and is not going to rest until Moloch is dead. But Teal'c will not rest until all the ghouls are dead. And he leaves.
Yeah. He just one-ups her and it's like mic drop.
They have some differences.
A little bit.
So Sam and Jack talk and walk. Apparently, the Teal'c warriors want a goat to sacrifice for the wedding. Jack's like, yeah, that's a no. That's a hard pass on that one.
You know, I've had goat at weddings. It's delicious.
I don't know if they're planning on eating the goat after they sacrifice it.
That's fair.
Because he even was like, you know, try lamb. It's a little less gamey, and she's like, no, that's not what they're doing. That's not what the goat's here for.
That's true. Yeah.
What
a waste.
Yeah. Sorry. And as they walk, it's just like people and kids and horses in the SGC hallways.
It's the whole thing about visitors. It's like, what is it? Like guests after a couple days start to smell like horses? No, that's not what it goes.
I don't know. Haven't heard that one. Jack puts his arms on Sam's shoulders and is like, please, 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 please. We're close to finding a planet.
Yeah.
And then I love when they both realize that Jack's hands are on Sam's shoulders. They like snap out of it.
You're touching me. This is awkward.
It's
okay, bye.
One of us is the boss, and then there's other things.
So many feels in my feel places.
This is layered like an onion. But they have found a planet, but it's going to take like a week to get a decent camp up and running there. So the wedding is still going to be at the SGC. And at this point, Teal'c has pretty much locked himself in his room.
Yeah, he's throwing a fit. I don't like any of you. You're all dumb. Everything's about me forever and never. And you know what? It's funny because Ishtar's kind of in a similar. Yeah. Like they're both acting like big children. Almost as much as the actual children.
Yes. Which we get to next. Yeah. In the game room, it's wedding rehearsal day. Braytex has some lines that would have been great to include in our wedding. We quoted pretty much everything else under the goddamn sun in our wedding. There's a circle of fidelity that Ryak places on Corinne's head, and then there's a totem of bravery that Corinne places around Ryak's neck. And then Braytex says the bride kneels before her husband in respect.
And she's like,
Fish no.
She's like, I just watched Beyonce's Homecoming. I am completely empowered. I kneel for no motherfucker.
And Ryak is completely offended at that. Corinne's like, no, I don't, not even my husband's what I kneel for.
No, and I feel like the fact that he's offended by it is like a little bit of an alarm bell.
Well,
like, I think he just doesn't know better, maybe?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's an alarm bell. It's more of because it's tradition. Tradition. Ryak doesn't think of it at all as being a slight.
You know what's really tough is to try to like readjust in a chair when you only have like one good hand to do it with.
I know.
And the chair has wheels. Okay, I'm back.
I don't think Ryak is like, to him it's just like, well, this is what you do in a wedding.
Nah.
This is like, he doesn't even think of it as the fact from the other side. I don't necessarily think he means it as completely affront to her. It's just more of, he doesn't realize
that what this means. I don't think he's aware of it.
He's not.
To use a modern term, he's not quite woke.
He ain't woke yet.
Yeah.
He's young. He ain't woke yet.
Yeah.
She's gonna woke him real quick though.
What is like the past tense, or what's the verb? Like, how do you conjugate the verb? Like awoken? Is
I don't
she gonna
know.
awaken him?
I don't know, but he's gonna be woke. He's gonna be real woke real soon.
If he wants to marry her, he will.
And you know, she's like, fine. If I'm gonna kneel before you, you're gonna kneel in front of me too.
Yeah.
Or am I too weak to have the respect given me?
It's kind of like when Monica proposes to Chandler
in
Friends, and it's like, I'm gonna reverse the roles on you, and I love it.
And Braytex is like, why don't we part ways and take a 5 break and cool down?
Hey, why am I here? I hate this. A little bit is where Braytex.
But both then throw out that maybe they chose poorly for a partner, and throw their circles and totems and storm up. Meanwhile, Teal'c is up at the control room with a shit-eating grin on his face.
Yeah.
Not quite hating what he's saying.
Braytex like, why am I here? I am a badass. Do people forget that my hands are fucking weapons of destruction? Why am I here?
Certified weapons.
Motherfuckers.
Braytex then just downs the wine that was there. That's probably ceremonial. This is why you rehearse, he says.
Yeah.
And then
he's like, can I have shots? This is why it's not cutting it.
Then there's a gate dial-in for Ishta.
Where's the moonshine from the last Atlantis episode? I'm gonna need some of that.
So apparently some Jaffa are calling for Ishta. They want to have a summit to get the new planet coordinates to the forces inside Moloch's ranks that are rising up. So Teal'c tries to invite himself to the summit. It's just like, that's a hard no.
Yeah.
We don't need you. This is not your fight.
You're not the boss of it.
You have other fights.
Yeah.
This is ours.
Bye. Yeah.
So Corinne is there while Ishta is packing, and she wants to come with Ishta. And since she doesn't have a union to prepare for anymore, and says that Ryak is as pig-headed as her father. And to Ishta's credit, she's like, now girl.
Yeah.
Hun, no.
Yes.
She's like, until you have fought as many battles as Teal'c has, you don't get to say that shit about him.
Yeah, like, listen. You got to slow your roll.
Yeah.
You don't quite know what you're speaking of.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's true, and, I may or may not agree with some of what you're saying, I'm not going to do it to your face.
Well,
because you don't quite know what's going on.
But it's also the fact that it's just like, look, we have our differences, but I know that Teal'c and I are essentially fighting for the same thing. Yeah. We're just disagreeing about the path to choose.
Right.
There is nothing. I am not saying that Teal'c is not a formidable warrior, that he's pig-headed or anything like this.
Right.
And of note, all the Hectil warriors are now in Tritonin, partly because of Teal'c as well. And Ishta tries to tell Corinne that it's not that she's not a strong enough warrior. It's that Teal'c is trying to spare Ryak the pain that he went through. It's one of those where this is not about you.
Yeah.
It would be anyone.
It's about protecting his
It's child. About Ryak.
Yeah. And who he still sees as his child.
And pointing out to Corinne that it took time for Teal'c to see Ishta as an equal in terms of warrior, and that had absolutely nothing to do, a little bit to do, not as much to do with her being a woman or not.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that Teal'c does not give out trust.
Well, no, absolutely not. In the world he's lived in and the way he's had to live life.
Exactly.
You don't just trust shit.
And as much as you desire Ryak's respect, he burns for yours as well.
Yeah.
You got to come at it from equal sides here.
Yeah.
And basically that Ryak is possibly coming at this from a bit of an insecure side.
They're both it's like we get these nice little mirrors of each other with counsel from someone greater. Because then we go to like the Braytech.
Yeah, well, it's just the fact that I think part of Ryak's feather fluffing is just the fact that he has chosen a badass partner, and then maybe
he feels he's got to be
might be a little more badass than he is sometimes.
That's true, yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Because he's still young. You have to learn that lesson of letting other people might be more badass than you in certain situations.
Both of them are unproven warriors to a degree.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that she'll prove to be a bigger warrior than him or not. Like, he's not certain that he's going to be a bigger warrior than her.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what that means.
But he's also still in the frame of mind that matters.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
that it is something that you have to measure.
That's what I mean. He doesn't quite know what that means. Yeah, at the end of the day,
So then Ryak is training with his own staff. He's clearly gotten better over the years.
Yeah.
Braytech comes in to train with him, and he's like, "No, just leave me alone."
Yeah, I do love the approaches. The different approaches to counsel. Like Ishta versus Braytech.
Yeah.
Whereas Ishta's like, "Let me tell you how it is," and Braytech's like, "You're dumb.
You're dumb, and your change your stance."
Shit.
Yeah. And Ryak asks why Teal'c's not going to bless their union. You know, I've been a dutiful son. I brought honor to our names, etc. And Braytech's like, you don't get what Teal'c went through, do you?
Yeah.
You don't get the sacrifice that he made. Like, he was first prime to Apophis because of you, because of his love for you, and because he feared for your safety. He did atrocious things, you know, not in the name of Apophis, but in essentially almost in the name of you to protect you. Joining SG1, turning his back on Apophis was the hardest thing that he's ever had to done. It will always be the most difficult thing he's ever done. And it was
probably the scariest thing he's ever fucking done.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was his fear and his doubt that made him weak, not you.
Yeah.
Not that he's ever been weak ever, but that's beside the point. He's fought his entire life so that Ryak can be free. Ryak made him stronger. And does Ryak get that?
Yeah, maybe not.
And he says that Corinne,
he's never been able to see it from that perspective.
He's not. That's what I'm saying. He's
always just been the son.
And he's like, no, I get that. Corinne fuels my desire to fight for freedom. But even as he's saying that, Braytech's like, you can say you get it.
Yeah, but until you're put into test,
yes.
Until you're being tested, you can't know what it feels like. Like, I can describe to you what being, what having mace in your eyes feels like all day. But until someone maces you in the eyes,
you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is what pain. Got it.
He's like, oh, Padawan, you have so much to learn.
Yeah.
And Ryak says he doesn't need his father's blessing for the union, and that he insults Corinne. That she is a formidable warrior that deserves Teal'c's respect, and Braytech turns. He's like, yeah, she deserves yours too.
Yeah,
mic drop.
Maybe you should fucking let her know that you feel this way about her, because she clearly doesn't know this, or else y'all assholes wouldn't be fighting as much as you are. Talk to each other, god damn it.
So on the new homeworld, they have at least one building up. At least there's a summit. Two dudes basically are like, we need to attack now. Our forces are right in that sweet zone between having enough to defeat Malacca and having too many that they're going to get noticed.
Right.
Teal'c tries to convince them again, going, please wait.
It's not about Malak. It's about the greater picture.
Yes.
There is a horizon beyond what you can see.
We need to rise up.
I'm just gonna let you go.
No, not. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it there.
Okay.
Because otherwise I won't stop. But they need to take out all the heads of the Hydra together. Or there's just gonna be more heads.
It's gonna be popping little tiny heads all the time.
So from the outside, then there are staff blasts. We see a ton of Jaffa outside just shooting into the tent. Teal'c and Ishta and a few others drop immediately to avoid the fire. It's not pretty, but they manage to make their way out of the tent and into the woods. So
yeah, because these motherfuckers are shooting up. They're like, we're not just going to shoot across. We're going to go up, down.
It is like the entire place is riddled with holes.
Swiss cheese it, yeah.
So three of them crawl around. to see a ton of Jaffa ranks have taken over the Stargate. They're guarding it. And just at the right time, Jack radios in. And Teal'c fills them in the details, what happened, that it's very bad, but don't send reinforcements yet because there might be a ship up there. There might be more people.
Know what else is happening.
Teal'c is going to get more intel, and Jack's going to call back in an hour, and T assures him that his head is down.
Yep.
On the way back to the tent, Teal'c tells Ishta someone in her ranks has betrayed him. But there's a new problem. Ishta's Tritonin is back at the tent.
Dun, 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 dun.
And Teal'c's stash is broken. And we get a second indeed. Also, learn to make something that doesn't break so easily.
Also, don't keep it in your secondary bag.
Yeah.
If you need, from experience, if you need a thing to exist, you don't keep it in your secondary bag.
No, you keep it on.
I don't put that in my check luggage.
Yeah.
That shit is in my carry-on.
Exactly.
And when it's not in the carry, if I could keep it on my actual body, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Exactly.
That's just the way it is.
And because, like you can go longer possibly without the life-giving serum more than these people can. They're literally going to drop dead if they don't get the Tritonin.
Don't do that. Yeah. Damn it.
Janet? So...
it's like when they always say leave all your bags behind in case of an emergency.
No.
The first thought that goes in my head is, fuck you.
Yeah.
I will die if I do that.
Yeah.
This bag's coming with me.
To be fair, mine doesn't have life-saving things in it. Mine just has my knitting and my iPad. Still not going to leave that shit behind. Yeah. So Jack walks into the briefing room that has just people arguing. Jack tries to quiet him down. Nothing works. So Bray texts, just silence.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Gandalf's that shit.
Yeah.
And he starts to ask Daniel what's going on. And everyone starts arguing again. He like points to Braytek. He's like, silence.
Yeah. Do the thing again.
And basically they're arguing
I want a scene where Braytek is put in charge of a kindergarten. So it's like kindergarten cop, but like kindergarten Jaffa.
Oh dear God. To be fair, I think he's probably better with children.
Oh yeah.
Than what was in that film.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I can see Braytek actually being really good with children.
It would take some time.
It would, but yeah. So they're arguing about what the next course of action is to save Ishta and Teal'c. Since I mean, Jack doesn't command the warriors, the Jaffa. He commands the gate, but can't stop the others from doing other things.
Yeah.
Besides going through the gate. On the planet at night, Ishta is having a hard time waiting. There's only 6 Jaffa they can see for now guarding it, but who knows how many others are out there that they can't see. They can hear someone being tortured, but for a moment, Teal'c's like, look, we can't do anything. We have to get intel. Going in there right now is a futile gesture. It's just going to get us killed. And then what? So they have to go. They have to get the
always
intel
looking at the bigger picture. Always looking at the bigger picture.
Well, and I think it's really interesting because, 8 years ago, Teal'c would have been the person who's like, we have to go in now.
Yeah. He's learned to be a bit more of a tactician.
Yes. 8 years ago,
straight up like berserker mode.
8 years ago, this is Teal'c wanting to go in there now, and Braytek going, chill, dude.
Yeah, let's think this one through.
So they rest in the forest as they avoid patrols going around, and Aaron which is the third person, is getting really annoyed with Teal'c as well.
Yeah,
going, how many times? Teal'c's like, how many times do I have to say? In, tell, need.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know enough about this guy.
Yeah.
Later we understand that he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But his impatience is a little bit like, dude, chill the fuck out. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Truth.
So, and he's like, what more do we need? We're outnumbered. We need people. Like, that's all we need. And Teal'c's like, no, actually, we need a little bit more than that.
Yeah. We need guns and food
ships,
and Tritonin
and ships
and chips.
So Teal'c and Ishta have a moment about the promise of being free, etc. And the next day, we learn that while Ishta was on watch that night, she rolled a 12 on the random encounter dice. It is now missing.
Well, I love they don't notice it. Like, how deep did Teal'c fall asleep? Like, he must have been fucked up.
Yeah.
Where it's like, Ishta was on watch. Wait, what? How did she not make enough noise to wake him? Like, damn.
She probably went venturing out on her own.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't leave if you're on watch. You're watching your party.
Don't do that. Okay.
If you do, sometimes you might get possessed by
things. You can kill everybody.
So they find her captured by Malek's forces and being led into a tent. And also Malek's there. Awesome. Cool. Outside, Aaron wants to save Ishta now. Teal'c's like, no. Have I not been trying to teach you about patience?
Yeah.
Aaron's like, even if we can't save her, we can kill Malek. And that's my ultimate goal. Teal'c's like, not mine. Like,
yeah, my goals are bigger than your goals.
Yeah, well, it's just, he's like, it's a fool's mission to just go in and try to kill him now.
Yeah.
And Aaron's like, well, I'm willing to die for my cause. And Teal'c's like, I'm not willing to die for your cause.
Yeah,
A.
because your cause is bullshit.
And B, if you kill him, someone's just gonna take his place. This is what I've been telling you for an entire episode now.
I do love that he does not take Teal'c's shit.
No.
Like, he's like, I don't care who the fuck you think you are. This is what I've grown up believing.
But then Teal'c decides not to take his shit and just zats him. Because he can't be trusted.
And he's like, does not wait
and
to do it.
Takes a staff weapon and
he's
leaves
like,
him.
Nope, gotta go by. Yeah. Time's a wasting.
Love it so much.
Yeah. I think we need to remember that for future adventures.
He's a little bit of chaotic good sometimes.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
So Braytech now comes through the gate to meet Daniel and informs Braytech of what's up and how they're going to provide distractions so Teal'c can try his rescue mission. And right now they're less worried about Ishta dying, but all the stuff that may happen to her before she dies.
Yeah.
Which is sound because she's being tortured by a hand device.
And she's out of serotonin and shit's in the bed.
And to her credit, intimidation is not working on her.
No, I think she's like immune to that. She's like, you can't scare me.
Yeah.
Just kill me.
Like, he goes on and on and on in bad guy form, like trying real hard on the intimidation front. And she's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
She tries calling her weak and she's like, bitch, I know I'm not weak.
I don't care.
I know for a fact I'm stronger than you.
Yeah. Tell me all the words you want to tell me. Your words don't do shit to me.
And he goes on with more torture. So in Jack's office, they're going to send Tritonin.
The bad guys are always about like pomp and posture.
Gould arrogance.
Yeah.
Gould arrogance.
You got to get through this thing.
So they're going to send Tritonin and drop it on a UAV, and then the UAV is going to whip around and paint the targets by the Stargate. And so when they send missiles through, boom.
Yeah. Done and done.
Braytech tells them that the rebels inside Malek's forces are massive. And there is actually a chance that those rebels could win. He can't say for sure, but it's a lot of them. And we keep asking to wait and to not attack now. And they keep not listening. So there might just
know what's going to happen.
They might just attack and take this opportunity.
Yeah.
In the gate room, the UAV is ready to go. They dial it up. It flies through. The Jaffa don't shoot it down originally because they're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Teal'c sees it. And that's when the Jaffa decide to shoot it down. Teal'c runs to the crash site.
Well, they wait so that Teal'c can see it die.
Exactly.
Because plot.
Sam's going to call again in about half an hour. And she explains to Braytech that without the laser painted target, the missiles don't have anywhere to go. They're just going to fly straight because they're no thinking.
Yeah, they just shoot things.
Yeah. So Teal'c finds the UAV, which is no longer a UAV, just kind of a burning pile of metal.
Yeah.
He finds the Tritonin after a few burns to the hand, but before he can take any, he is jumped by some enemy Jaffa.
Damn it!
So he at least pulls a nice sleight of hand check and pockets the Tritonin.
At least save the healing potion.
Yeah.
Put those away.
And he tries to pull diplomacy. It doesn't work. However, before they can hurt Teal'c too much,
it was worth a shot, though.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do at this point?
Yeah.
Aaron shows up, takes down a few Jaffa. Teal'c takes this opportunity, take out some more other Jaffa. And finally, Teal'c was able to inject himself with Tritonin after the point.
I do love how, again, Aaron's like, it would have been a lot fucking easier if you hadn't taken my goddamn weapon and shot me. You goddamn it. I should have just left your ass here to die. I would have given him a little more.
I would have too.
I would have given him an earful.
Teal'c does thank him.
Yeah.
For what that's worth.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude.
And he does like anything else I can do to prove my loyalty.
Yeah, I do love
and we get a third indeed.
Motherfucker, yeah. All indeeds all the time in this one.
So back in the tent, Ishta is barely conscious. She kind of is starting to look towards the Tritonin, and Teal'c follows her gaze and picks up this little doohickey. And he'll actually be fine giving it to her if it means that she's going to last more torture.
Again, the gold arrogance. It's like you think that like you're so full of yourself and like you're so sure of where things are.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So Teal'c's first prime comes in and tells him that the uprising has begun. 2,000 Jaffa march on Teal'c's temple.
Dun, 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 dun.
Teal'c tries to play it cool, but we can see through the camera he's actually a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
He blinks a little bit.
His arrogance is,
arrogance.
Fleeting.
So he's done playing games. He tells I forget what his first prime is, basically, to use Ishta to tells Primey to use Ishta to capture Teal'c and then bring Teal'c to him. And Ishta grabs the Tritonin without anyone seeing.
Yeah. Because again, you left it right fucking there for her.
You threw it at her. What the hell do you think?
You guys are really bad at this.
So bad. Outside the gate, hidden, Teal'c shows Aaron how to use the laser pointer.
Yeah. I feel like Aaron's like skeptical. It's like, really? All I gotta do is fucking check.
100% skeptical.
Yeah.
No,
I like skeptical.
Skeptical.
Yep.
Spectacle about it. So Teal'c arrives at the gate, ready to head back to his base since, the uprising has begun there. And the Stargate dials in before anyone can dial out. It's the SGC, of course, naturally.
Yep.
Sam checks in. Everything is good to go. A fourth, indeed. And missiles are fired.
Fire the missiles!
Teal'c starts his rescue mission, taking out the guards in the tent with like a double staff weapon deal.
Oh, yeah. He's going full rage.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I tie two wands together, do I get double?
Double.
Are my fire attacks doubled?
2 spells.
It's like an automatic crit?
Yeah.
If I tie two wands together?
Eventually you get to twin things. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
Done.
And we see the missiles coming through the gate, flying through the air. And as soon as Teal'c comes into the tent, Teal'c's first prime is holding Ishta with a knife to her throat and basically going, look, you can zat us. She's too weak. She's going to die. So take your chance, dude.
I feel like, again, there's no question here. Teal'c's like, I'm going to take the chance.
Oh, he would. Here's the thing. First prime doesn't know Teal'c. No.
Like,
proof that he doesn't know
I feel like if he didn't, Ishta would be like, you're a fucking idiot.
My life
me in the process of taking these bitches out.
My life is forfeit right now.
Yeah.
Do what you need to.
Because guess what? I would do this to you in a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So Teal'c tells his Jaffa to shoot the missiles out of the sky.
Yep.
Upon seeing a red dot in his chest, and he tries to flick it away.
He goes full cat. He's like, I'm going to play with this thing for a little bit.
He's like, it's now on my hands. Why? What is it? And he starts to realize what it is. He looks up and sees missiles coming at him.
Yep.
Inside the tent, upon hearing the double missile explosion, Teal'c's like, yeah, that's your false god dying.
Now what?
Like, false gods can't die. It's just like,
false god.
Just shoot me.
Yeah.
And he does. And that's when, since she was able to sneak some Tritonin, so she's fine.
Yeah.
Well, fine-ish.
She's like, no, don't give me your spell healy thing.
I got my own spell healy thing.
Yeah.
When she has her strength, Teal'c says they'll go out and see that Teal'c is dead for themselves together. And Ishta takes a moment and admits that, look, I need a moment to recover, but I know that I'm safe in your arms.
Aww. Then they fucked.
They're
like, hey, Aaron, watch the door for a minute. He's like, fuck, what else do you need me to do?
So in the gate room, it's wedding time. Everyone is dressed in their finest.
I do like Rayak's suit.
Yes. And
it's like the pop collar.
It's a little pop collar. Her dress is beautiful.
Of course.
Corinne's dress. And Corinne says that Ryak's heart is pure and his spirit strong and gives her strength and joy as he will stand by her side always. And he tells Corinne that she is as beautiful as the sun, and his love for her is like morning rays down on an endless day.
All right.
Bleh. And no one kneels before anyone. And
except for Braytech. They should all kneel before fucking Braytech.
Exactly. And Braytech announces they love and fight like warriors, just not with each other.
Or maybe they should in the bedroom.
You know, just saying.
I mean, that could be some great foreplay. We've seen it in action.
And then they snog.
Yeah.
And Teal'c and Ishta sort of gaze at each other.
they do like the side glance that all couples do at weddings of other couples.
So later, Teal'c and Ryak walk and talk, and we find out that Ryak and Corinne are honeymooning in the same spot that Teal'c and Dryak did.
So we're gonna pause here for a minute, and I'm gonna ask you a question.
Wait, let me get to let me get the line first.
Okay.
Teal'c gives him the talk, asking if Ryak is prepared for the rite of Ornock. Ryak's like, surely that's not expected. He's like, on the first night of your honeymoon, Teal'c recommends the knife be sharp as possible. What is Ornock?
Well, that was not the question I was going to ask.
Oh, okay.
Let's get here.
Sorry.
We're here now.
Sorry.
So we're here now.
I legit thought that's the question.
It's definitely circumcision.
I'm kind of thinking it's got to be circumcision.
Or sharp knives. What else are we talking?
What else would cause him to go pale immediately?
Yeah. Adult circumcision. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm glad I'm not a man in this situation.
Unless it's like shaving his entire, like shaving his balls or something.
I guess that could be weird too.
Yeah.
Shaving of all that. That feels a little more tame.
Because here's the thing: if there's some sort of like ritual adult circumcision, they're not going to be getting to the baby making on their honeymoon.
No, and I feel like you don't do that unsupervised.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe it's just some weird thing, or just she shaves his balls or something.
All body hair must be shaven off of each other. No, my question to you was like,
what's his face in Game of Thrones?
Oh, God. No, thanks. My question to you was going to be best fantasy place honeymoon locale.
Oh no, that's Rivendell.
Is it Rivendell?
Oh, actually, no. No, it might be Rivendell. I'm thinking also maybe Galadriel layer or area that I'm just blanking on the name of.
Okay.
Please yell at me at the name. One of those two. It's definitely something Elvish and definitely from Tolkienverse.
Nice. I can see that.
Yeah.
We all know that I don't know how to sit still.
No, you don't.
So it's an adventure with Nathan Drake.
But there's hiking and stuff with the elves. We're not sitting still.
That's not dangerous.
Oh, I don't need the danger.
Oh, no, I need that danger.
Yeah, I don't need the danger.
And the puzzle solving.
There may be puzzle solving there.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to Shambhala.
That's fine. I'm going to something elvish.
I'm going to, Crash Bandicoot, run from boulders and jump on boxes and eat apples.
Apples!
That's not insane. I'm not insane.
You keep telling yourself that.
Forever and ever. Yeah.
And then maybe perhaps Corinne is right, and that not all of the old traditions are worth holding on to.
Only the ones that are not scary and creepy.
In the gate room, it's moving a day again for the Hakta warriors.
Goodness.
Ishta again owes her thanks to Jack.
I feel like we missed an opportunity to watch Jack eat cake.
Do we know exactly? He demanded cake.
I feel like Jack's great at eating on screen.
Here's the other thing that I would like to, in my head, here's part of the reason that I'd love to see the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's someone who works in the commissary on base who loves to bake.
Yeah, and my time is finally here.
They went to that person and went like, we need a wedding cake. And they're like, yes!
Finally.
3 days. And they make the most beautiful, artistic three or four tier gorgeous thing.
I just want a lot this final scene with Jack to be him just holding an entire fucking layer and just shoving it in his mouth. Just cake in face. I want cake now.
I kind of want cake too.
Yeah.
So Jack's like, don't think anything of it. We got you. It's fine. It was nothing.
Mhm.
Minor paperwork. You want
Yeah.
to fill out the rest of the paperwork? I have barely started the paperwork. I actually haven't even told anyone that we had a
Somebody
wedding
do
here yet.
paperwork.
This is kind of just no one knows about this
Can I have
yet.
more cake now?
Just make sure you don't forget any kids or horses.
Take all your shit.
Please take all your shit with you.
Yeah.
And Ryak and Corinne say their goodbyes to Teal'c, who pulls them both in for a big bear hug.
Aw, he has a daughter now.
He does call
I feel
him
bad
father.
for anyone who fucks with his daughter now.
Oh dear God. So Ishta turns to Teal'c and says, "Look, I don't want to spoil the kid's honeymoon or anything, but another Gould has already claimed Moloch's domain."
Yeah, just like I told you, he fucking would.
And Teal'c guesses correctly. It's Ball,
Oh, of course.
as in Bocce.
Yeah, our old buddy.
And it's just like, look, don't be a stranger. We know we have a war and other things to plan.
Well, I feel like now that's got to be the code. It's like, hey, you want to go plan wars? You want to go do some war planning?
And there's a little kissing action. Just a little minor kissing.
A little bit.
Little snug. little wink, nudge. And before she leaves up the ramp, bows are exchanged and the Hocktail Warriors leave. Next up, Stargate Atlantis, home. Guys, Grace's mind gonna be blown. She's gonna be a little what the fuck this episode. It's gonna be fun.
Interesting. I don't know what this means. I'm ready.
Yep.
Let's do this now.
Okay, well, do you put this on your ranking anywhere?
Fuck yes, it's so much fun.
Okay, well, first we have 4.
Yeah, holy moly.
Indeeds.
It's
We're up to 45 and a half. I'm still going to go back and check the last couple episodes to make sure I didn't miss any.
Okay.
And where does this go in your order?
This goes above. Remind me what Icon was.
Icon is the World War II episode with Daniel on the planet.
I think I'm going to lose that one.
Okay.
I'm not going to get rid of Lockdown. I'm just going to remove Icon. Yeah.
And replace it.
That's where I am now.
And I was actually going to also remove Icon, but it's because I'm putting this below 0 hour and above Avatar.
Oh, got it. I guess I'm leaving mine where it is.
Okay. Also, I wanted to announce for those people have been asking a couple times because, I got married myself in January.
Oh, yeah.
If I do have... We're going to, in honor of Ryak and what's her name? I've only said it 1,000 times, Corinne.
Corinne.
Sorry.
Yes.
Dear God.
Yes.
In honor of their wedding, for our Patreon members,
yes.
I am going to put a special photo that Grace and I took
at the wedding.
Had taken of us. We did not take it.
Yes.
At the wedding. And I will post that on our Patreon.
It was fun times, guys.
It was really fun.
There was dancing and eating.
Lots of dancing, lots of eating, lots of drinking. A puppy may have gotten loose at one point.
We tried to shield you from that.
To be fair, I didn't know about it until the next day.
Yeah. We did our best to nobody tell Nixie anything.
I still have heard conflicting stories on the puppy.
It's fine.
Getting loose.
It's all fine.
It's fine. There was a lot of dancing.
So much dancing and drinking.
A lot of dancing.
Very little water was had that night.
Very little water was had. Almost none.
Yeah.
Beer is water?
Yikes.
Right?
Yeah. Not how it works.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next week. With something scary, I think.
It's called Home.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's not a scare one.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Until then, with any Game of Thrones theories, but no dumb ones.
Yeah, no dumb theories.
Someone posted a dumb one somewhere where they're like, Rhaegar is the Night King. And it's like, no, fuckers, we watched the Night King get made. Okay.
Do we know that's the same Night King, though?
It's a stupid one.
I'm not saying I like Rhaegar as the Night King. I'm just saying, do we know that that's the same Night King?
Rhaegar's a goddamn Night King.
I don't want him to be the Night King.
Bran. Find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Find us on Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
Email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com.
And like us, rate us, review us on Apple Podcasts. Also the Patreon thing that I forgot to say. Also, maybe Jack is the Night King. Maybe the Night King's a Gould.
I hate everyone. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.